You're listening to Taylor Negron, TAYPOD on yakyak.com.
Okay, welcome to my podcast. And here's the bad news. In live podcasting, sometimes things don't go the way you think they're going to go, which means in live podcasting that we have lost our special guest. And in this case, it was Martha Stewart. And I have to say that, you know, she is very busy, and she has her show of her own, and she's got a thing going on, and I actually really didn't think that she was going to come. But what I didn't expect was that Martha Stewart was such an incredibly classy, generous woman. Martha Stewart is such a lady and such a teacher that she sent over one of her blue Arakanakuna chicken eggs. And you'll see that they're light blue, they're very beautiful, they're like robin's eggs blue. And she wrote me a note, she said, "You speak of my eggs so much. Perhaps it's time that you own one of your own." Isn't that kind? So she also continued to say that it's a fertile egg and that we should hatch it on our podcast. I think that's so Martha. You know, a lot of people say that Martha Stewart left the best part of herself in prison at the microwave, but I don't think that's true at all. I really like Martha Stewart. She's a really, well, we're not really friends. I mean, we're friends, but we're, you know, it's one of those Hollywood things. I went to a benefit at her house in the Hamptons about a year ago. It was for fetal AIDS. And the only reason I later found out that Martha did it was because she thought that they were feline AIDS. And she agreed to it, and the next thing you know, her house was filled with sopranos. And I ended up being in Lorraine Bracco's car, which is so odd because I don't even know Lorraine Bracco. And this has happened 3 times where I've ended up in a car with her. We ended up at Robert Klein's once at Mount Kisco. But it was interesting. Martha's very confrontational. She accused me of licking the butter at her house, and I was like, "Excuse me, I'm from Pasadena, and we don't lick the butter. We talk about pierre deux in Greek vases. We may melt the butter, we may churn the butter, we may slice the butter, but Miss Stewart, we do not lick the butter." And then she's like, "Oh, I'm just, you know, taking the piss out of you because I love you from Punchline. You did the area rug joke." It's funny, she knows about area rug jokes, but. You know, we become very good friends. But after that night, my confrontation with her, I really felt I had a nightmare that it was a recurrent nightmare that she was going to sever my penis and wrap it in lavender and rosemary paper and then kind of surround it with Edwardian lace. You know, but we become very good friends. We text each other every couple of years. Still, I really don't feel safe around her, to be honest. I mean, if she were a waitress, I mean, she was definitely clam in your chowder, if you get my drift. Anyway, everything's going to be cool. We're going to see each other next month. We're actually having another fetal AIDS syndrome gala at the Skirball Center in Los Angeles with the cast of Grey's Anatomy. But sadly, I heard that Sandra Oh will not be there because apparently Sandra Oh is being sued by the alphabet, and they've put a cease and desist on her using the letter O as a last name. Very, very sad. I feel really, really bad. She was so wonderful in Sideways. Chicken egg is really loud. God, I mean, isn't that loud? It's not even born yet. I wonder if this really isn't a goose or a duck or a dinosaur. Thank you, Martha. I hope